How you doing? Doing well. If you could start off by kind of give us your overview and kind of outlook on the team this year.
Okay. My name is Bill Wells. I'm the head coach at Lanier High School, for those of you that are here. We are entering our fourth year, second year of varsity play, and looking ahead towards the 2013 season. Certainly can only look ahead by looking behind a little bit. And we were very fortunate last year to have a good group of seniors. We'll lose a quarterback who threw for 2,000 yards and a receiver who had 1,000 yards receiving. So we know we have some big shoes to fill with the captains that we had in the past and senior leadership that we had. And so at this point, this coming season is very important for us to replace those guys that we've lost. And we're very fortunate to have some talented players like we have up here with me today, Jesse Landers and Michael Shaw, both seniors for us, guys that we've relied to since the day after the season ended last year to provide leadership in our off-season programs as well as the summer. And both guys have done a great job for us. For us in this upcoming season, really gaining experience from those guys who really haven't played varsity down on our team is going to be a big thing, and trying to accelerate that timetable so it's not just game 4, game 5 having that experience grow, but really the challenge for us is to make it game 1 and 2 and get that experience through summer camp as we continue to work through, and then our scrimmage with Lambert.
Same question for both players, just your outlook on the upcoming season.
I'm Jesse Landers. I've been here all 4 years. I've seen the team grow from when they first started. A lot of seniors left, and we needed a lot of kids to step up, so the younger kids stepped up. And we grew all throughout all 4 years. So.
My name is Michael Shaw, and I look forward to having a great season. Good leadership to help the team go through the season. And we have a lot of young guys that need to step up, and because we lost a lot of seniors, so it should be good.
Coach Wells, obviously it was your first year in region play last year. Just going into the second year of region play, just kind of what's the expectations? I mean, do you feel like this is a team that can compete for a playoff spot this year?
Yeah, I would say that, from an expectation standpoint, we're in the fourth year of the program, and we've had some benchmarks along the way that we've tried to hit as a program. And, last year we were 4th and 3 in overtime from making the playoffs by a couple of inches. And certainly one of the things that we've talked about with our seniors and our football team is competing and doing your best, but at the same time having high expectations. And certainly those expectations for us, and as far as having goals, certainly every game is important, but in the end, it would be a great accomplishment for us to be standing in the playoffs in game 11.
When you started the program, did you have any kind of blueprint or outline for those first 4 to 5 years? And if so, are you still on that direction, or has things turned for the better, the worse, or something else?
Yeah, I would say I was very fortunate to get hired in Gwinnett County, and even before that as a player at Shiloh High School during its infancy. Learning some of those growing pains was a big part of my growth professionally. And then as a coach, getting hired in '98 at Collins Hill, and it opened in '94, and being there for 12 years with Coach Farring and Coach Larry Sherrill, got to see the blueprint of really what a successful program is. And so I've essentially taken that plan, brought it with me, and that along with some additional coaches who I think can help guide us on that path, but have taken that plan and applied it to Lanier. And as far as being on track and meeting those benchmarks, certainly we feel like we're on our way to doing that. Everything from year 1 of having 68 players and making sure that we had everything that we need to develop a hardcore fundamental basis plan of character, class, and commitment with our program. those are the traits that we've tried to install from day one through this year, and the steps along the way that really develop a program. Our emphasis this year will be on not just having our players involved, but involving the community. And so a big part of what we do this year, that next step, will be community involvement.
To any and all of you, having been new to the region last year and basically still a young program, not a whole lot was known about you. How much do you feel like you took a lot of the region by surprise? And do you feel like that element goes away this year and now that all your opponents have had a chance to kind of see what you guys are all about?
Well, I mean, we've never had varsity play before, and I think we showed that we can compete and try and maybe make it to the playoffs.
We were a new program last year. We went 5-5. Nobody expected us to do as well as we did last year. So for our second year in region play, it should be pretty good.
Michael, where do you stand recruiting-wise? Do you have any scholarship offers? And if so, do you have any timeline on making a commitment?
Yes, sir. I have one offer from Western Kentucky, and I only have one offer, so I haven't really decided about committing yet or anything like that.
And same thing for you, Justin. Where do you stand recruiting-wise? Or go ahead.
I have schools talking to me, but no offers yet.
And then for Coach Wells, any chance? I know you're obviously the athletic director as well. Do you kind of see Lanier, has it grown to the point where you could see yourself in Class 6A in the next, term reclassification or the next couple of years? Just kind of where do you see with the growth of the school?
Well, before I get to that, just to kind of follow up on both of these guys, they both have had college interest during spring practice. They both had a lot of guys come to practice to evaluate them, and from that level, both will be followed up on. But certainly Michael has the Western Kentucky offer. He's also going to the elite camp at Mississippi State. He's been invited back for that. Already have a camp there once this summer. And Jesse is certainly an excellent kind of candidate himself. He's got great grades and is a great player. He's a 4-year starter for us. Been there since we had 68 kids to now where we had 150. And so a big part of our program, and certainly is a program guy and a 3-year starter at linebacker for us. But to get back to your question, in terms of where we end up seeing ourselves down the road, we feel like we're developing a great foundation for everything we're doing as a program. It's not a one-season wonder kind of deal. We're very fortunate to have a great administration. Got a great coaching staff of 14 coaches all in the building, no community coaches, no lay coaches. Our guys are committed to the process. And so laying that foundation of having a good core group of coaches, great support from the administration, 150 players, we feel like whether we're at 5A next year or 6A the following year, that our plan is just to continue to build on that foundation. And if we establish that, then no matter what region we end up with or what classification we end up in, that we feel like that determining our success will all come from that foundation. And our numbers next year look like they're mid-1500s. So projection-wise, I'm not a great speculator, but I would say we're probably a 5A team from the reclassification, unless they change the way we get reclassified.
And who would you kind of single out as maybe your 1, 2, maybe 3 kind of, best players, kind of the guys that we're going to, hear about week after week that you would say?
Well, certainly, I think you have to start. We do have 3 players who have Division I offers at the moment. Michael being one of those from Western Kentucky. Dewey Van Allen for us is an offensive tackle. He's 6'5", 295 pounds. Has generated a lot of offers. He's got an offer from East Carolina, Western Kentucky also, all the way down to Mercer. So he's got 6 or 7 offers. And then we also have a rising junior prospect named Trayvon McSwain, who's 6'7", 230 pounds, has an offer from Illinois and an offer from Virginia, and got that as a sophomore. So those 3 guys will obviously draw a lot of attention in the newspaper, I would assume, and from the college ranks as well. And then for our team, we have some question marks since we don't have that experience. We've got two guys battling it out at quarterback with Kenyon Cook and Taj Tolbert. Those two guys will battle there at quarterback. And then our linebacking core, we're missing one of those guys here today, Ricky Vinzai. And they're all three seniors, so we're looking for big things out of those guys as well. But we do have the county leading rusher, apparently, with Tario Fuller returning with over 800 yards. And he's gotten bigger and stronger, and he's just going to be a junior. So certainly we expect big things out of him as well.
And other than you guys, who would be kind of like you feel like would be the region favorite this year team?
Monroe area won the region last year, went deep in the playoffs. They've got great talent. Most of those guys are back. They have several guys with major Division I SEC offers. So they have tremendous talent. Their quarterback, in my 18 years, has probably been one of the top one or two that I've competed against athletically, and just does a tremendous job. So Monroe area, would expect them to be back at the top of the region. Stevens County always does a tremendous job with Travis Dolan as their head coach. So I would think they would be there also. So it'll be a battle. I mean, there's no doubt.
And this next question is for Justin and Michael. Obviously Lanier is a new program. What kind of traditions have you guys helped start, as the school's grown year after year? What kind of traditions have y'all set?
Well, one tradition our program has for our defense is the hammer that we made last year, because we have defensive points for each game. And so when we come out our banner, the defensive player last week comes out with the hammer. And so that's a new big tradition for us. And yeah.
Did you have one?
Well, we were fortunate enough to receive all of our new wear, the jerseys and the helmets and the pants and all that for next year.
Awesome, Coach.